Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. It's the night before Night of Champions as the WWE prepares for its first Saudi Super Show of the year. What will the WWE do to hype the show as it airs a pre-taped Smackdown? Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the 26th May edition of the Blue Brand, as well as all the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know, including, does the WWE know how popular LA Knight is? The secret behind the QR code on Raw? An injury update on Liv Morgan, and more. As always, we won't recap the matches, but look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. The good. Austin steals another win. Austin Theory's build continued with a big win over Sheamus, a man who has done everything in the WWE save capture the Intercontinental Championship. Although Sheamus isn't the world champion level star he once was, he's still amazing in the ring, and credible as a worthy challenger to secondary titles like the United States Championship. Once again, things looked bad for the champ, but A-Town's luck continued, with the tag team Pretty Deadly ambushing Ridge Holland and Butch at ringside, distracting the Celtic Warrior long enough for Theory to get a roll-up. Is Theory lucky or good? Whatever the case, Theory has a rocket strapped to his back and is not about to flame out anytime soon. Roman Reigns over the Bloodline. Tonight's backstage segment involving the Bloodline featured the latest step in the Usos break from Roman Reigns. The WWE did a good job reminding fans of the Usos' latest blunder by airing clips from last week's Smackdown, including Jay and Jimmy's loss to the LWO, before Roman taunted Jay and Jimmy by telling them he's sorry they won't be at Night of Champions, but they can join him in the 1,000-day celebration of Roman's run as Universal Champion. Roman's passive-aggressive behavior turned aggressive after Jimmy Uso had enough of Reigns' remarks and went to walk off, only for Roman to tell him to sit. Jimmy and Roman exchanged respective stink eyes before Roman told Jimmy he will acknowledge him. Reigns dismissed the Usos, but the WWE did a good job of leaving it ambiguous whether Roman felt it was best to not test his cousin or if he'd had enough of Jimmy's defiance. The tension heightened later in the night when Jay referred to himself as the Tribal Chief. A perfect pre-match promo. Kudos to the WWE for giving Karrion Kross time to showcase his skills on the stick with a pre-taped promo where he promised to destroy AJ Styles before the Phenomenal One's historic match at Night of Champions. Although Kross ate another L, his chilling promo took the sting out of some of his loss. A fantastic main event. While the KO show was the last segment that aired on SmackDown, the main event match was AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross, a bout that could be a preview of a future World Heavyweight Championship match. The match featured some terrific action, but also an interesting side story as AJ Styles' OC teammate Mia Yim showed up to chase Scarlett off after she interfered in the match. Karrion Kross is still a good enough opponent that it wouldn't take much to elevate him from a 50-50 utility player to a solid upper-card performer who occasionally flirts with the main event. Good in the ring, great on the stick. Is LA Knight as good on the stick as The Rock? Such comparisons are bound to come up, but all that matters right now is that Knight finds himself in a position where there's no limit to what he can do, other than dethroning Roman Reigns, which puts him in the same spot as every other WWE superstar. Knight worked an excellent match against Boogs, whose power-based offense is fun to watch when he does stunts like military pressing opponents numerous times, but whose act gets tired, especially against a technical and smaller-sized wrestler. Knight worked an outstanding match as he went on to defeat Boogs. Even better, he cut a post-match promo on the Street Profits, insulting them before getting the fans to chant his catchphrase with him, Super Solo. As expected, tonight's KO show ended in an all-out brawl as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn battled various members of the Bloodline. Unsurprisingly, the heels got the upper hand to make things look bleak for the tag champions before their big match. What was surprising was how strong the WWE made Solo Sikoa look, even more than he's been depicted so far. Sikoa absolutely destroyed Sami and Kevin with Samoan spikes, making him look like he's the strongest member of the Bloodline bar none. Some foreshadowing for a Roman versus Solo match? The bad. Good in the ring, good on the stick, awful on commentary. Tonight's SmackDown served as a reminder of how many good to great talkers it has. Unfortunately, the LA Knight vs. Rick Boogs match with the Street Profits on color commentary served as a reminder that just because you're good on the stick doesn't mean you can call a match. The Profits were pathetic as they did little to get the match over, and instead talked nonsense with Wade Barrett. The Profits did save themselves from ending up in the Downright Ugly with their call that Rick Boogs is Boogs handling LA Knight. A new terrible trope. Looks like WWE has found another storytelling tool to run into the ground. In this case, a wrestler talking trash about an opponent only for said opponent's theme music to begin playing. This leads to the wrestler in the ring standing around cluelessly until her opponent ambushes them. In this case, Asuka got the better of Bianca Belair, suggesting that WWE's writers aren't the smartest when it comes to knowing how to use elements like this sparingly. Otherwise, you run the risk of boring fans with predictable plot elements. The downright ugly. Nothing ugly, as tonight's taped show seemed like a live edition of Smackdown. The WWE didn't skimp on matches or high-powered appearances, in this case, the entire bloodline, as they prepared for Night of Champions and next week's title reign celebration for the Tribal Chief. Liv Morgan injury update. Plenty of news about former SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan, whose recent injury led to her relinquishing the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships just when she and tag partner Raquel Rodriguez were beginning to gel and get over. Morgan reportedly suffered a shoulder injury, which is going to keep her out of wrestling and may impact her role in an upcoming film. Ringside News' Felix Upton discussed how Charlotte Flair and Liv Morgan are both set to star in a film based on pro wrestling legend Mildred Burke. However, Liv's injury was worse than originally believed, and according to Fightful Select, WWE sources told Fightful they expect Liv Morgan to at least be sidelined through the summer. We don't have a further update beyond that. It's unknown how much, if any, physicality is involved with Liv's film role. Hopefully, Liv will be able to return to action and still appear on the silver screen. In the meantime, Wrestlelamia sends its best to Liv for a fast and full recovery. WWE well aware of LA Knight's popularity. It goes without saying that LA Knight has endeared himself to the WWE Universe despite some bad booking, including his time as Max Dupree. However, does the WWE know just how over Knight is? According to a report from Ringside News, members of the WWE Universe in Saudi Arabia showed their love for Knight during the very beginning of Triple H's media conference for Night of Champions. As WrestleLamia previously discussed, rumor has it a match involving LA Knight could be added to Night of Champions. QR code decrypted? It looks like the mystery of the QR code that popped up backstage during Raw has been solved. Fans have been discussing the QR code, wondering whether it might mark the return of Bray Wyatt. However, fans claim they were unable to scan it, leading to confusion. According to Best Wrestling Experience, scanning the code awards a free 1-month WWE Network sub. Unfortunately, fans in North America no longer have access to the WWE Network, as that content is now on the Peacock streaming service. Ryback's Rant. Last but not least, it's time for the return of Ryback's Corner, the segment where Wrestlelamia looks at the former WWE superstar Ryback's latest complaint. While Ryback usually goes off on rants about seemingly anyone and everyone in the wrestling industry, this time he's unloading on social media. According to Wrestling News' Andrew Ravens, Ryback claims that he has lost over 300,000 followers. Is Ryback a victim? He seems to think so based off of this tweet. Legal letters going out to all the social media companies today. We have given you every opportunity to do the right thing, and this is going to be pursued if not made right. This isn't a game and is bigger than just me. Shadow ban technology has no place being used to begin with and is rooted in evil and corruption. Elon Musk, you have failed to deliver on what you said you would do, and I hope you take this very seriously. At Twitter, at Instagram, at Meta, at YouTube, at TikTok US, at Snapchat, at WWE, at Endeavor, good luck. What do you guys think of Ryback's complaint? Well guys, there you have it, WrestleLamia's look at the 26th May edition of Smackdown, as well as the wildest news, stories, and rumors you need to know in wrestling. Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.